Hey guys, I have a dog that wants attention really, really bad. But if you guys want to know everything that has happened, life updates, house updates, all of that, Q&A, everything, welcome to the new year. Let's get started. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello, my name is Danielle, and also a mom's homemade lifestyle. So, I went over on Instagram and I told them that I was taking a break, but I also asked them to ask me questions for that way when the new year comes, my first video is going to be a Q&A. You guys are going to see this today. If you guys have any more questions, please leave them down below. Comment, engage down below, interact down below in the comments. And if I heart them, that means I'm going to do a separate video on questions that you guys asked. Now, I have a list of questions here that I'm going to go through. And yeah, so let's just get started. So first things first, house updates. When are you moving into your new house? Are you going to do a house tour? House updates. So the first house that we had, we ended up walking out of that house. There was a lot of red flags, therefore we walked out. There we go. Without giving too much information, and yes, there's a fly in here, it's driving me nuts. With that being said, we walked out. Cops weren't lining up, things like that. We walked out. In a way, I feel like with that house, we kind of were just settling with whatever we could get. However, there is a house update. We have a house. It is a brand new build house. We are excited. We do not have a close date yet because when you're a builder and a new year comes, you have X, Y, and Z things that need to be done prior to you selling a house. So that stuff needs to be done first. Dad is over at the house right now getting quotes on a fence because, ignore the airplanes if you guys can hear them, because it doesn't have a fence yet and we have to put that in. So Dad is in the process of doing that. He has 2 quotes today and then he'll have a quote tomorrow, decide which one he wants. The builder has stated, yes, you could put the fence in. If you walk out, the fence stays, that sort of thing. But it's a brand new build. We're not going to walk out. The only thing we have to pay for, or Dad has to pay for, in this case, is an inspection. But at the same time, every new build has to have an inspection regardless prior to moving in. And it's a Florida state law that has to happen. So that is the only thing that we have to do. We lost a crap ton of money in the other house with everything that we had to pay for. But that's okay. Things happen for a reason. So we will be moved in no later than Valentine's Day. Crazy, I know. We will be moved in no later than Valentine's Day. And Valentine's Day, or even February in general, is pushing it. So keep that in mind. Am I going to be doing a house tour? Yes. Is your new home similar to the old one's size, pool, bonus room? Our new house is 17,000 plus square feet. Our old house was too big, way too big. Will it have a pool? No, but we're going to be putting in an above ground pool that we can take down every year if we need to. Does it have a bonus room? No. But there's enough space, if that makes any sense. I'm kind of glad in a way it doesn't have a bonus room because that bonus room was a disastrous mess every single day, because I feel like It was too big. There's too many toys in there. It just got chaotic. So I'm glad that it's a smaller house because that's less for me to clean. Also, it is a single story. It is not 2-story. So there's that. Health updates. That one is tough. So Chris got an ear infection. He's doing better. He was put on antibiotics and he's doing amazing now. Jameson is doing amazing, believe it or not. Mom has a autoimmune disease with her liver. Her body's pretty much attacking it. She is on medication now, and she should be getting her gallbladder out sometime in January. So, if not first thing of February. It's been crazy with the new year, so there's that. With mine. So, back in September when I was in the hospital with mastoiditis in my bone behind my ear, it's a mastoid bone. The infection, my ear infection got into there. It was bad. I was put on antibiotics. I went to the hospital, got antibiotic infusions, that sort of thing. And then was put on a pretty strong antibiotic coming to Florida. Since then, in Florida, I've been like stuffy and chest congestion sick. Went to the hospital here, was put on medication for that. Went back to the hospital because I had an ear infection. Come to find out, my mastoiditis has never gone away, which is why I've been sick since September. I was put on some pretty strong antibiotics again, and hopefully it'll go away. Right now, the stuffiness is because of the cold, and my allergies are like, what in the world is going on? I get super stuffy when it gets hot and cold. So, there's that. Keep that in mind. Other than that, I'm doing pretty good now. Not coughing as much. Ears clear. That sort of thing. So, I am on the antibiotics for another 2 weeks, and I'll continue that, because the antibiotic also has a steroid in it. So, that is why I'm going to continue to take it. Regardless, I was going to continue to take it because I don't want mastoiditis ever again in my life. Are we planning on having more kids? As of right now, no. I had a lot of damage with my C-section with nerve damage and back issues and that sort of thing through my pregnancy. If you guys didn't know, I had a rough pregnancy. Go watch our life story. I do get pretty emotional in there. You guys are going to see me tear up and cry quite a bit in there. But I had a pretty rough pregnancy, and no, I don't have mascara on. Oh my gosh, hold on. I was wondering why I look so funny. Anyways, so my birth experience was traumatic. My pregnancy was very traumatic. And it caused a lot of damage to my body. Jameson's health has been huge, and a lot of stress. And I know his ears is nothing compared to a lot of people. However, with that being your first child and in and out of the hospital and things like that, it's very traumatic, and I don't want to go through that again. If we were to get pregnant again, we would continue with the pregnancy and have the baby. I have stopped birth control because, and let me explain, remind you, we are going to be doing the natural method of trying to prevent pregnancy. So if it's an accident, it is what it is. Are we planning on it? Absolutely not. I'm also in the process of losing weight. That is one huge reason of why I stopped birth control. Another reason is I had a lot of depression and I was taking antidepressants and mood stabilizers and things like that. And I just felt like a zombie. I didn't feel like myself. So I have stopped taking my birth control, and my body kept trying to, this is gonna be TMI, my body kept trying to have a cycle, and because I was on the birth control, it would come and go, and I would spot quite a bit. Through the traveling here, and then quite a bit while we were here. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to stop it. I talked to my dad. I talked to my mom. I talked to Chris. And I was like, hey, this is what's going on. This is what's going on with me mentally. This is what's going on with me physically. And I feel like if I stopped the birth control, a lot of this would go away. So I did stop birth control. And once I get an OB established here, we'll talk about it, everything, and figure out what our next steps are. I don't know if they're going to do a full hysterectomy on me because of everything that has happened, or tie my tubes and then see what happens, and if not, then have a hysterectomy after that. I don't know what my next steps are going to be, but there is that. And I mean, having hormone issues already with a thyroid condition and being on extra hormones, it kind of just made my body off balance, and I did gain a little bit of weight being on birth control. So, with that being said, that is what is happening. I'm just going to have a cycle for a couple of months and see what happens and see how I feel. Did we have jobs outside of the home before? Yes. Chris did security and I did retail. Now, when Chris had, so I ended up losing my job because of my pregnancy and me having to go on bed rest due to a 8-week false miscarriage, but lost a twin, if that makes any sense. They called it a false miscarriage because of the fact that I still had Jameson. That's when I lost my job, and since then, we moved in with my mom because she was like, you know what, I'd rather you be a stay-at-home mom and deal with your health first rather than go back to work. So, and I haven't been able to lose the weight since being pregnant. It's been 6 years. It sucks. Chris did security prior to surgery. His surgeries is what made him stop his job. Because obviously doing security, if you were to get hit or something like that, if he were to get hit in the head or something, he would be pretty much brain dead, if that makes any sense whatsoever. And then after the surgeries, he went completely disabled because he can't work anymore, regardless of where he's at. He can't be on his feet for too long because of the shunt and what the shunt did to his back. That's kind of a touchy subject there. So, yes, we did. Do we plan on getting a job again? I may end up getting a part-time job because I'm not making anything on YouTube. Jameson's back in school. Jameson's in school. So, yes, I plan on getting a job possibly if I don't start making an income somewhere. So I have a couple of ideas first to push out. If not, then I will be getting a part-time job, but still continuing to do YouTube. How did hubby and I meet? So that is in our All About Us or something, Our Story, I believe is what it's called, video. We met through a mutual friend that is we're no longer friends with. That's a touchy subject in of itself as well. But yeah, we met through that. Chris was 521 pounds when I first met him. I fell in love with him, not necessarily his weight. So yeah, and then we went through the weight loss surgery and the brain surgery and all of that while we were together. So They weren't going to introduce us. We were told about each other, but they weren't going to introduce us until after his weight loss surgery. Chris found me on Facebook, and we slid into my DMs, and we started talking, and then met shortly after that. So, the rest is history. Do I miss Vegas? Absolutely not. Do I miss my mother-in-law? Yes. Do I miss my brother-in-law? Yes. Do I miss close friends and family? Yes. However, most of our friends and family have moved this way. Not necessarily in Florida, just to the East Coast. So, how long was our trip? 3 days. It took us 3 days to drive here. Why did I take a break? I was avoiding this for a long time. I needed mental clarity. I needed to take a break from my mental health. It was the time where I stopped my birth control. It's the time where I found out that my mom had an autoimmune disease. And to be honest, even through Christmas, I was off social media. I didn't really take photos. My mother-in-law was mad at me about it. I was honestly just in the moment of life where I needed to be in the moment. So taking a break was the best thing I ever did at the time that all this happened. And at the time of, that's when we, literally Christmas Eve is when we walked out of the house. And so it's like all this happening all at once. I just mentally couldn't handle it. And trying to put on a fake smile, fake face for social media was not going to happen. So that is why I took a break. I guess New Year's resolutions would be next. Do I have any? Yes. And then it says weight loss, what's going on with that, and then also my YouTube changes. So, am I doing changes on YouTube? Because I did talk about it previously of what was going to happen in the new year, and yes, that is going to happen as well. So, New Year's resolutions, weight loss. I am in the process of it. Am I forcing myself to lose weight? No. Am I letting it happen through changes? Yes. If I fall back on a change, am I going to be mad at myself? No. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going to let it happen. I have made some changes. You guys will see that. In like the daily, you guys will see in the changes in my YouTube channel of what I planned on. So that is a New Year's resolution of mine. My plan is to lose a pound a week, 4 pounds a month. We'll see what happens. May lose more, may lose less. That's okay, as long as I am less than what I am now. As long as I don't gain any. If I maintain my weight, sweet. If I lose, that's even better, because that's what I want to do. YouTube changes. There will be YouTube changes on my YouTube channel. Please let me know if you guys like the changes or don't like the changes of what I'm doing. You guys will see it very soon, especially when we move into the new house. Also, why have I not filmed since being in the Airbnbs? These are Airbnbs. If I were to film, both of these are on Airbnb. So you guys will be able to find exactly where I'm at if you guys wanted to. Please don't. Please don't. But by looking at photos of the houses and all that, you guys would know where I'm at. And honestly, for safety reasons, that is why I haven't really filmed like an Airbnb tour or anything like that. I will post the Airbnbs once we are out of here. But yeah, for safety reasons is why I have not filmed too much of like the location or vlogging or anything of where we're at or what we're near or things like that. At this point, I kind of don't care. Just know my dad is secured. Chris is secured for safety reasons. I mean, I think any YouTuber or any person on social media or whatever, with a following of over 100 people is just, it's crazy to me knowing that I have 400 and some odd subscribers on my YouTube channel and, you know, on my TikTok, and I haven't even posted on TikTok in a while, and over on Instagram and things like that. So, do I wish I could share more? Yes, but as of right now, for safety reasons, I'm not filming outside of the house. I mean, inside, yes, I've filmed, but if I like walked around outside and stuff, you guys would know exactly where I'm at. It's not a secluded area, and where I'm at is not huge. So, I will state where I was, but I'm not going to state like where I'm going, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not going to state where the town I'm in right now, just for safety precautions. So yeah, there's that. We are close to the beach. That's all I'm going to say. So yeah, there's been a lot going on, and I needed to take that mental break and that mental clarity for myself. So my plan is to reach 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. I have been wanting this for so long, and I'm going to change up my content and see if that's what's going on. What's for dinners are not leaving. That was a huge one. Is what's for dinner's leaving? No, they are not leaving at all. You guys love my what's for dinners. Meal plans are not leaving. You guys will see that coming up pretty soon. I think this week, actually. And then, it needs to happen. I'm hoping that once I switch up a little bit, I'm not switching up what I share. It's just the way that I share it, if that makes sense. So, another thing was, New Year's resolutions, changing YouTube content, hopefully reaching 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. I'm wanting to share more on Instagram than what I have been, not just in my stories, but also in my posts. So, I'm wanting to do that as well. Have my house, and have it set up the way that I want it to. In Vegas, we kind of just made. Am I doing that right? Made do with what worked or what we had. So a lot of my decor that was in my room is not going to be in my room anymore. Chris and I have talked about like what he wants in the room and what I want in the room, and we're just going to make it work. And then the same thing with Jameson's room. Honestly, going from his nursery to him being a toddler to him now is like polar opposites of the spectrum. So my plan is to make the decor in the house what we want, so I don't have to switch it, and we're comfortable with what we have and things like that. So a lot of decluttering is going to happen even now that we've moved, because I was like, you know what, we're just going to leave our room decor the way it is. Same thing with Jameson, and it's not going to happen. So yeah, that's like, don't settle. Get what you want. So there's that. Making more food content for you guys. You guys will see a lot of more day in the life type situation. And recipes will be in those videos as well. So I'm just wanting to share more of myself, not necessarily, I don't know, I guess if you guys watch Large Family Love, I love her channel. That's more of what I'm going to share, or even Vanessa's Day in the Life videos have given me a lot of inspiration as well of what is to come on my channel. Losing weight, changes on my YouTube channel, not settling for what we want is another. Get what we want, not settle for what we can have, if that makes any sense. In a lot of aspects of our life, to be honest. Starting to stock up because we are in Florida. Hurricanes happen and we are by water. So, that's huge for me, is to build up my stock up again this year. And you guys will come along the journey with that. We have a pantry. We're going to have an actual pantry. Like, what? That's weird to me. We made a coat closet work in Vegas because we didn't have a pantry. So, stocking up, making that stock up as well. Spending more one-on-one time with Jameson. Now, is Jameson potty trained? For the most part, yes. He is potty trained for the most part. We still have our ups and downs, but there's been some struggle there. But I mean, it is what it is. I mean, we're making do with what's happening. Literally, these houses have original floors in them, so getting Jameson fully potty trained and night trained. He is not night trained yet. He still wears pull-ups at night. He still wears pull-ups during the day, but he doesn't have accidents as often, if that makes sense. So pull-ups are just, he goes to school in a pull-up. Most of the time he comes home dry. So yeah, there's that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know. I don't have a lot of New Year's resolutions. Honestly, my plan is just to get organized and all of that. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I will see you guys in the next one. Don't forget, be smart, be strong, be safe, and yeah, bye guys.